Manchester United bent the knee to a creative and versatile Nottingham Forest who continue to amaze in the Premier League. But where Ruben Amorim's plan fell short? Let's find out. The Red Devils occupied the expected 3-4-3 formation, which played a crucial role in their transition forward. The structure makes sure to use the full width of the pitch and make it really hard for the opposing team to press and take counter-actions. And to be honest, it worked beautifully in the first half for the Portuguese manager until it all crumbled in the second. United managed to use fast passes to transition the ball into the free areas where it could use the pace and individual brilliance of players like Diallo, Garnacho and Bruno. Nottingham pressed low and were constantly shifting positions so that they can intercept United's build-up. But the Reds used different tools to deny the Forest team of the opportunity to be aggressive and try to win the ball in important areas often, whether those would be the long balls, on the flanks or the numerous times when Bruno dropped deep to receive the ball in the midfield between Forest's lines so he can use his vision to sharpen United's attack. Here comes one of the main problems for the Red Devils, and it was conceding an early goal, which meant they were trailing from the start against a team that is known to be able to close themselves in a low block really well, as they did against Liverpool. Considering that the Reds are not having the best season in their history, currently sitting 13th in the Premier League table, they were doing rather well in conceded goals before yesterday. And looking at the expected goals, the statistics say that they should have conceded 6 more over the course of the Premier League so far before yesterday's clash with Nottingham. But Ruben had a plan and didn't let a single goal change anything. United started creating chances like this of Diallo when he was left absolutely alone around the penalty area but couldn't finish the chance and tie the score. Højlund finished one of the many attacks for the hosts and the score was leveled. United managed to get back into the game and everything seems to go according to plan. That was until the second half started. Nuno sent his players to press really high up the pitch in order to close the spaces and cut United's time for decision making, which resulted in more errors in the defensive third. Forest led 2-1 by a rare mistake for Onana, who went the wrong way and can partially be excused because of the wet pitch and strong winds yesterday. The goal by Chris Wood is again a misunderstanding by Man United players, so without doing anything in particular, Forest led by 2 in the second half. And if there is something positive from United's loss yesterday, is that we saw Amorim make changes throughout the game which made sense. The unfortunate thing here is that these changes happened a little late and the Devils had already made things really hard for themselves. 2 of the 3 defenders were replaced when Ruben saw that United couldn't transition the ball flawlessly as they did in the first half, and got Rashford in when he saw that he could exploit the spaces that Forest was leaving behind due to their high press. And one more thing that led to Rashford's substitution and is maybe the biggest question mark in United's formation so far: the difference between both flanks. On the right one you have a typical winger like Amad Diallo who can dribble past opposition players, who is really fast and explosive and has Bruno alongside him to pass to, try different combinations and make behind the back runs through the flanks. On the other side you have more defensively oriented player like Diogo Dalot, whose strong sides are not exactly the pace, dribble and creating chances in front of the goal, despite him clearly trying his best yesterday. And when you combine that with Garnacho, who wasn't shiny yesterday and his energy dropped in the second half, we saw a really unbalanced attack for United, which makes them predictable for the enemy defense. Whatever happens from now on, Ruben will need time to get things right. But United fans, you gotta give it to him and trust the process, otherwise you risk the same fate that Ten Hag had in the club to reach Amorim.